Hi Connection Church, we are Austin and Ashley Cooper. We are the missionary family that you guys are supporting in the Vancouver area of British Columbia, Canada.
And yeah, we just wanted to pop on here and first of all say thank you guys so much for your support of our family and our ministry. It means the world to us. And we want to tell you a little bit about how we were called here and what we've been doing for the past 18 months since living here, and also what God is currently doing and maybe some areas that we're moving to in the future. And so about 3 years ago, Ashley and I were both serving as ministers at our home church. And I was the outreach pastor and Ashley was the children's pastor. And we really loved it there. I mean, everything about it was just wonderful. And we really felt like God was going to keep us at that church for the rest of our lives. And slowly but surely, God started moving our hearts in a different direction, though. And we started hearing like things that God wanted us to start a church where there weren't a lot of churches, but there were a whole lot of people. And so we started looking for that area that God was going to move us to. And we checked out cities like Chicago and New York and San Francisco and LA and Miami. And we always saw the need there, but we never felt like God was calling us specifically there. And so we were kind of at a loss and just prayed, God, we want to follow your calling, but we don't know what this looks like. And about a month later, we met a guy that was moving from Texas. He had moved from Texas to Vancouver to start a church. And we sat down with him, and he started sharing his vision for the church in Vancouver. And he started sharing a little bit about Vancouver, a city we knew nothing about. And he was talking about how the city is 3.5 million people, but only about 3% of those 3.5 million people know Jesus. And he was also talking about the impact that you could have by reaching Vancouver. He was talking about how there's over 200 languages spoken in Vancouver because it's such a diverse city. And he used this phrase, if you reach Vancouver, you can reach the entire world. And man, that sentence and what they were doing with their churches, planting churches that were planting churches, really compelled us, and we prayed about it, and we knew God was calling us to join Church on the Rock here in Vancouver. And so about 18 months ago, we moved up here to start our own Church on the Rock in our own community. And so we were looking at what to do, and we started praying to God to give us vision for how to start this church. And we kept on hearing again from leaders that had gone before us, and also from God through our prayers, that really we need to be focusing on relationships rather than events. And so we took that to mean, hey, let's build as many relationships as we can in 18 months. And so we did everything from having game nights in our home, to serving the city, to giving out coffee at bus stops,
Bubbles in the park,
and free car washes during the summertime, just to build relationships with people in this area. And so through those relationships and slowly sharing about our vision and slowly sharing about Jesus, we were able to launch our first community group about 4 weeks ago. And there's about 10 to 12 adults coming to that, and about 10 kids as well. A majority of them are unbelievers. And here's what's really cool, in the 10 to 12 people that are coming, there's 6 different nations represented. And so we're walking through a study that teaches them who is God, what is the purpose of life, why did Jesus have to die, how and why should I pray. So things that are really geared towards unbelievers, and we're really seeing God do some really cool things. And Ashley's seeing some really cool things with the children. She's working with them, teaching them about God's creation and how to love and obey God.
We have about 12 kiddos.
Yeah, and so things are really exciting, and our vision is to keep on building relationships, to train our people on how to build relationships for the gospel. And we want to start planting these community groups all over our city where we can do discipleship and lead people to Christ. And so we again wanted to say thank you guys so much for your support of our family, and we think of you guys often, and we love you very much.